Here's a microphone. These are studio headsets. This is what you call a work-at-home studio with not all the pieces. You need a computer. This is an Oxygen 25. If you have a Pro Tools with the USB, you run the Oxygen 25 into the Pro Tools. It'll either come up as a production software where you can make beats, or you can record your audio pending that you have an inbox attached, which I also have, but it's not attached at the moment because I don't need it. And then I have two mics, but this one is my favorite. It's a Behringer C1. Most like recording artists that do home recording, I see this one a lot in their home recording studios. And these are simple headsets. They're Polaroid. I like them because they're orange. And this runs into either, I've never run it into the inbox, but I run it usually right into the Tascam, which I also can run directly to Pro Tools in the computer. Can you not get my ashtray off? Now, what you want to ask me? I done gave you everything that my setup, because this ain't my setup. Mm-hmm. So what you want to know?
I want to know, when did you actually fall in love with the idea of rapping and making music, making beats?
Well, I didn't like making beats. Let me tell you, when I first started rapping, I started rapping at 8 with a group of people, and we didn't even know nothing about a beat. We thought that maybe if you just made a song, somehow it would just miraculously come together. So we never, we never got into the whole mix of making a beat. And it wasn't until I learned about instrumentals and how to actually put like 16 bars to an 8-bar chorus or something, or like 24 bars or whatever, however many you need, 12. Now, what you want to ask me? I done gave you everything that my setup, because this ain't my setup. Mm-hmm. So what you want to know?
I want to know, when did you actually fall in love with the idea of rapping and making music, making beats?
Well, I didn't like making beats. Let me tell you, when I first started rapping, I started rapping at 8 with a group of people, and we didn't even know nothing about a beat. We thought that maybe if you just made a song, somehow it would just miraculously come together. So we never, we never got into the whole mix of making a beat. And it wasn't until I learned about instrumentals and how to actually put like 16 bars to an 8-bar chorus or something, or like 24 bars or whatever, however many you need, 12, with a bridge and stuff. You know, how to develop a song, that I thought about how to do the instrumentation. And then it just got to a point where beats just got too high. And I'm like, well, if they could do it, I know I could do it, because I have a good ear for the music. And that's pretty much how I got to production. Production was relatively recent, but as far as hip hop, music I've been doing my whole life. Mm-hmm. Rapping I've been doing since I was 8. Like since as early back as I can remember, I've been performing.
Okay. So, and when did you actually fell in love with hip hop itself?
When I learned I was good at it. Like when I was able to out-rap all of the people that I started rapping with. That's when I knew that I was good at it. When I was able to do that off the top of my head, like without writing any lyrics, or it's like, you know, you have, like, I wouldn't necessarily say I was like a child prodigy, because at that time I had no idea what a child prodigy was, but I guess if someone would have put a camera on me at 8 years old, I would have been what they call a rap child prodigy. Mm-hmm. Because I was like the only 8-year-old I knew at the time. There was no, like, now you got 8-year-olds all over the place rapping. Mm-hmm. And they're able to do whatever. At 8 years old, I was the only person. Like, when my neighbor seen it, he went and told my aunt. He was like, I've never seen nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was that kind of thing, because I just took the beat. I had a boombox on my ear, like old school. And it was somebody else rapping. I was rapping over him completely. It didn't even matter, because people were just so astonished that at 8, I was standing on the corner doing it. Mm-hmm. Nothing better to do. Just stand on the corner and rap.
So what do you do now to further this career goal you have? What is your career goal?
To dominate the world. That's it. To dominate.
I want to be worshipped. I don't want to be idolized. I want to change the direction of certain things. And you know how they say like somebody's spirit can do that. Like the energy somebody gives can be enough for somebody else. Anytime, it don't matter where you can put them. You can put them in the middle of a desert. By the time you come back, every desert animal will be lined up listening to this person. Yeah. Is that type of situation. So, really, that's it. My career goal is just to, like I said, to dominate the world, but I want to be respected for what I do. You know what I mean? So, that's really it. And what I've done to take it a little bit further, I went to a studio first. I wasn't comfortable in the studio. So I decided to build a home studio. Now I'm comfortable in the studio. So I decided to build a home studio, which I haven't quite finished, but I have all my equipment, so I still record even without the booth, and I just run a cord into the bathroom. That's what I was doing eventually, in the beginning, to get a better ambience. But now I don't have to do that. Oh, okay, cool.
You can find me on www.youtube.com/OakTagBoyENT. That's OAKT as in toy, AGBOYENT. You can find me at that same address, OakTagBoyENT, on Twitter. And on Facebook, you can find me under Sugar Bear. And I believe it's the $SHUGUHBAIR, and that's my name, Sugar Bear. Make sure y'all remember it. Matter of fact, y'all gonna be using this. This is footage that I'm gonna take now that somehow is gonna leak out later, and it's gonna be like when I'm extra famous. So make sure you keep this. What's the instructor name? You don't know your teacher's name?
No, I have to look it up. But thank you for your
Well, shout out to instructor, whoever you are. You rule, you rock. Thank you so much for asking her to do the interview. I feel popular now. You saved my life. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Shugie B, a.k.a. Carlos Shugie B Gambino, the people's champ, the voice of the people, everything that you want to hear. I am the new generation. Let's work.
What made you come up with that name?
I came up with Carlo Gambino, or Carlos Shugie B Gambino, because I needed something more to sign on to my documentations. I needed something more of substance. I needed my title to look more believable to my character. Do you understand what I'm saying? I needed more. That's it. Mm-hmm. I needed to build my brand, and on top of building, you don't take away bricks, you add them.
At what age did you start writing your music?
At what age did I start writing my music? I started writing at like 8 years old. At 8 years old, I started writing my music. And it didn't sound like it does now, but it's came a long way. But I definitely started at 8.
Okay. Where do you consider your home base?
And why? Like, where else would I consider my home base? Do or die, and why? Like, that's it. There's nowhere else to be but NY. I mean, I got a lot of love for Alabama, and I got a lot of love for NC because I'm here for the time being, but my home base is always going to be New York.
Okay. How long was it before you decided to transition from writing to just rapping off the top of your head?
I still write. Let me clarify that. I still write. You know what I mean? Because in order to have something of substance, in order to get back on track the way I want to be on track, like be able to spit 16s out like I do normally, I would have to do this every day, and that's pretty much what I do. So in order, like I still write. Let me just make that clear. Yeah. Now, as far as being able to spit off the top of my head, a lot of my mixtapes I do off the top of my head because what I look like taking taking an industry beat and throwing my own song over the top of it, but I done put a whole thought out process. I'd rather my mind just take it where it's gonna go and then leave it.
And also, who is your favorite artist?
That's a tough question because I got a few. I like Snoop. I'm a big Snoop fan. I like Da Brat. I'm a big Brat fan. I'm a big I like real lyrical people. I like Papoose, DMX, Rick Ross, Birdman, Lil Wayne, TLC though. I like so many different people for so many different reasons. Nas, you know what I'm saying? Jay, like, I just like hip hop, and if a person got something good to say, I'm listening. So I wouldn't really say it changes from week to week. Let's just put it that way. But the ones I named are the ones that I really feel.
What made you want to create music, to go into this field?
Nothing made me want to. Like, I was born to do this. I've been doing music. Like, I've been making noise since before I could make noise. So it started with creating little songs around the house with a little fake boom box and a mic, and then a Star Lab, and then it just exploded into bigger things. Then it went to a karaoke machine, and I got my own studio equipment. So that's really what it spiraled from.
Okay. Do you consider you rapping a hobby, or is this your life, a career?
This is my career. This is my life. This is what I love to do. You know what I mean? Most people will look at it as a hobby. I don't look at it as a hobby. Every lyric I put down, I take it seriously. I take it literally, and I take it personally. You know what I mean? And I take my entire craft personally. I critique this every day as if I was going to work and getting a $10,000 check for every line I put out.
What do you like best about selling your music or creating your music? What do you like to do? What is your favorite part of doing all this?
My favorite part of the music is hearing the finished product. I think that's everybody's favorite part because what you set out to do is never what exactly you get. You know what I mean? And the whole point is I like to hear the finished product, and then I like to hear the people's reactions. You know what I mean? I like to provide the people with what I have, but most of all, it's about how I feel about what I'm putting out. If I like it, then I like it. If I don't, then I don't. So the biggest part for me is hearing the finished product. Like, everything is mixed, mastered, and out. Like, that final track is the best part for me.
Were there any other members of your family musically inclined or that influenced you in any way to go this route?
I don't know any rappers in my family. I mean, my brother so happens to be a rapper, but I don't think he's been rapping as long as I have. And I come from a music family simply because I come from a lot of singers. Like, on my dad's side, all my sisters could sing. My brother could sing. On my mom's side, a few of my cousins could sing. One of my cousins has a gospel album out. You know what I mean? So I come from a music background. I just don't have any rappers, you know? So I have the singing part down pat, but the rap, it just came, I guess it was the era I grew up in.
What are you working on as of right now? Are you working on anything, or are you just going with the flow?
Well, right now, like I kind of don't like to say what I'm working on, but I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet. I got 5 tracks I'm about to drop. I got 1 track I'm supposed to send over to a major artist. I'm not gonna reveal who that is because we need to make sure that everything is solidified in stone before I say anything. And then I got the other 4 tracks that I'm releasing, 1 on the streets and about 3 of them on the internet. So that's that. And then following that, I'm gonna go right into working onto an industry working on an industry mixtape called Adolf Spitler. You feel me? And I'm not solid on that title because I know a lot of people are going to be looking at me crazy. But there's a reason that I wanted that title, and there's a reason I picked it. But I'm not going to say all that now. That's all y'all get. That's all y'all get.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a role model?
It depends on what you... I don't want to be a role model. I don't want anyone to idolize me. I want everybody to love me. I say that all the time. I like to be people's equals. Because of who I am as a person, for me to be someone's role model, they would have to idolize me. Don't idolize me. Idolize God. Just listen to what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? Hear the message that I have and apply it to your life. But don't idolize me.
What message are you sending out to the community with your music?
Well, I'm trying to empower the people. Like I'm trying to get people to join forces. At the same time, the best way to put it is because I did a artist, what do they call that? An artist. Well, I don't know. It's basically just saying who I am, basically. And in that, I said I create music for every emotion in a person's life. Every experience you have, I have a track for it. You understand? And that's what I want people to take from it. I want people to be able to listen to me when they're at the club, and I also want them to listen to me when they're getting ready to jump off a cliff. You understand what I'm saying? I also want them to listen to me when they're getting ready to hurt someone. You understand what I'm saying? So my word is good in all different arenas.
Would you take a record deal? Like, let's say you became famous, would you accept a record deal, or would you just remain an independent artist?
Right now, I think we got to do what's best for the team. You feel what I'm saying? And for me to take a record deal, they only giving out 360s. And for what it's worth and for who I am as a person, a record deal is not going to be feasible because they're going to want to change. I'm too outspoken. I know they're going to want to change what I say. Now, let's talk about basically getting my own label through a record label. Possibly, but I don't want any of that. I just want distribution. I just want international distribution. That's all I want. You understand? I want to be like, if I had to put in words for someone to actually be able to visualize who I am, I will put that I want to be the new version of Master P. You understand? I own everything. Or the new version of Young Money or Cash Money. You understand? So,
what do you think about the music that is out right now?
It depends on who you're talking about. Like, some of the artists is trash. It's point blank period. But you got to understand, like, it's art. So it's not for me to judge who is good and who is bad. You know what I'm saying? If it's the right amount of money, I could attract with anybody. But as far as, you know, because I feel like art is art. And everybody expresses themselves differently. Whether it's something that don't make sense to the rest of the world or something that's bringing the rest of the world down, it don't matter. That's still somebody's art and their form of expression. Many people are making it a mockery, though. And that's where my issues come, where people just started writing yesterday. And now they're platinum selling artists. So that's where my issue is. But I'm not, I mean, what's out now I'm not feeling. But you got a lot of cats that spit through that. Like a lot of new cats. Like you got Meek Mill. You know what I mean? You got Kendrick Lamar. You got A$AP Rocky. A lot of these young cats that's really saying something. But they speaking from their point of view. And they also throwing in club bangers. Which you got to have a club banger in this day and age to even stay relevant.
Do you feel that the hip hop industry contributes to the violence that's in the society now?
No, I don't. I've never felt like that. I feel like video games do that. You feel me? Because, I mean, I feel like if hip hop contribute to the violence, everything contributes to the violence. The news contributes to the violence. The movies contribute to the violence. Video games contribute to the violence. I mean, it's all one and the same to me. Excuse me. And I I think people need to raise their own kids and stop pointing the finger. Because we don't raise our kids, we gotta blame somebody. So I don't think that contributes to violence. I think parents contribute to violence.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you doing this interview for me.
You're welcome. Do I get to get some shout outs?
Go ahead.
Alright, shout outs to my whole team, my whole squad, Carlos Shugie B Gambino. Look out for that Adolf Spittler. Look out for them new singles. Look out for just look out for me, cause I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey, you watching this right now, teacher, you watching this. You make sure you Google me and download my stuff. It's free. Okay? I don't care if you don't listen to hip hop. Find someone that do. Holla. I'm out.